Alrighty. Hello everyone and welcome to my reaction to Jujutsu Kaisen. Even though episode 8 was just a tad bit of a filler episode and I really could not understand the meaning behind the whole conversation, the fights happening, I was just sitting there like, why is this happening? I am still excited for the new arc we are entering, which is the Kinema Cinema, because we are a month into Yuji's training arc and he is with a blonde dude who I have seen a lot of memes that him and Yuji are very similar to Anya and Lloyd. And I'm like, okay, I like their dynamic. I'm guessing I'm going to enjoy their dynamic as well. It's going to be a fun time. I am hyped for it. I am excited to see how much he has grown. We see Mahito with a random dude. I don't know if it is the second year who was abroad or if it is a completely random dude. And if he's going to play a major role, if Mahito wants to turn him into a cursed or truer human, we don't know. Let's find out. Without further ado, let's get into it. Jujutsu Kaisen, baby. Let's go.
嫌いな人間が死ぬボタンがあっても、多分押せない。
Like, that's a crazy way to introduce a character, okay? If there was a button I could push so that everyone I hated would die, dramatic pause, and then it went to, I probably wouldn't push it. I was ready for him to say I would push it. I was like, no wonder why we are going to see him with Mahito. Crazy.
僕のことを嫌いな人間が死ぬボタンなら迷わず押す。
I get what they're trying to say, okay, but that was such a confusing way to say it. I had to like go back 3 times. I was like, what is he trying to say? What's happening with my comprehension of this world? Gods above. He has a lot of potential for cursed energy, I am guessing, or accumulating cursed energy.
まもなく始まります。
理不尽あ、半額クーポン。翼だ。
電源を切れ。
もしもし。
君たち、マナーは守ろうね。
I'm contemplating if I want to say deserved or not, okay? Because at the end of the day, they're still kids and teenagers. Just because they're teenagers doesn't mean I should excuse bullying. I'm not even excusing bullying. But does that mean they should die because they were speaking in a theater? Internally in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, can these guys shut up, okay? Wouldn't go out there and kill them? That's crazy.
できたとして、それは本当に人なのか?
Okay, but like, why are you following him? You know, you were left alive. Be glad about it and leave. Why are you like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna find that person out. Curiosity definitely is going to kill the cat right now.
僕にも同じことができますか?
How do you see something that horrific and go, you know what? I wanna try that too. Must be fun.
これが呪力の残影です。
いや、全然見えない。
それは見ようとしないからです。私たちは普段当たり前のように呪いを視認しています。目を凝らしてよーく見てください。
見える
当然です。
もっとこう、褒めて伸ばすとかさ。
Okay, but he is a good teacher because he's like, of course you can see it. It's very normal to see it. Just focus your energy. Like, he's guiding you so well. I love that. Most teachers are either just like rushing you or like leaving you alone to figure it out by yourself. I love that he's like, do this, and you'll see this. Of course you can see it. Like, I like that. Nice teacher. Also, I feel like a parallel coming up, okay, with this dude and Yuji versus Mahito and whatever the other dude's name is that, you know, I haven't really focused on yet. Could they be the final villains of season 1? Let's find out.
決まってこうぜ。
いえ、そこそこで済むならそこそこで。
なんか噛み合わないな。グラさん、目隠してる人多いな。
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that fact that a lot of the Jujutsu sorcerers hide their eyes. I was like, huh, crazy. Genuinely didn't clock that. I have failed my child. I have failed you guys.
呪術師はクソということです。そして一般企業で働き気づいたことは、労働はクソということです。同じクソならより適性のある方を。
ぐらいね。
The thing is, okay, Gojo and Itadori, they match each other's freak, they match each other's energy. So it's like a good vibe between them, but it can also oftentimes be mistaken as deep friendship, if you will, which won't potentially help him be as good of a teacher as he could be. And I'm not saying that Gojo is a bad teacher, okay? Like, we've seen him be a great teacher so far. But having someone like Nanami who's like more stricter and he's like, of course you can do it, do this, shows us that he is actually a good fit to be a teacher for Yuji. Like, you don't need to match each other's energy to be like, oh yeah, you know what, he's going to be a great teacher for me. As long as they can actually actively guide you, everything's great. I also just realized I have Koshu's hair on my shoulder. I'm carrying your love with me. Da, da.
強くなきゃ死に方さえ選べねえからな。
ぶっちゃけ私はどうでもいい。
はいはい。
You know what? I like his chaotic energy. I genuinely do. Go off. Everyone's wonky in this world.
監視カメラには何も映ってなかったんだよね。
I was genuinely wondering the same exact thing, okay? There should have been something on the cameras. There should have been cameras inside the theater as well. So glad that Yuji is clearing that up for me right now.
ちょっと舐めすぎじゃない、俺のこと。
舐める舐めないの話ではありません。私は大人で君は子供。
I love that. He's like, see, at the end of the day, no matter what, you are still a kid. I am still an adult. It is my job to protect you and I am going to. Ooh. I love that. Adults taking care of kids like they ought to, that's always a plus in my book.
君はいくつか視線を越えてきた。でもそれで大人になったわけじゃない。枕元の抜け毛が増えていた。お気に入りの惣菜パンがコンビニから姿を消したり。そういう小さな絶望の積み重ねが人を大人にするのです。
Man literally went life and death situations. That's hardly anything. So many people experience that. But noticing the fact that there's hair on your pillow or your convenience store has ran out of your favorite bread. My convenience store has ran out of my favorite ice cream. It was one of the worst days of my life. Okay, I kid you not. So I get where he's coming from. But that's what makes you an adult. Seriously, not your age. Not the fact that you've gone through some of the worst possible situations you could have gone through without any preparation whatsoever. But small despairs like that occurring in your daily life, that's what makes you an adult. Crazy.
呪力の弱いものであればこの生蔵でも両断できます。聞いてますか、虎杖君。
I love him teaching Itadori while he's fighting the curse, but also at the same time, it's not like Itadori is standing still and listening to him. He is also actively fighting, okay? So I was like, I don't think he can potentially hear you or at least visualize whatever you're trying to explain to him right now. Kind of crazy. And then Itadori just went, huh? Are you talking to me? I hardly noticed. As you can see, I'm fighting a curse here. Crazy stuff. Have you ever experienced something like that? Because it is crazy. All I am focused on is the person in front of me. It's the curse I am fighting. And then Nanami is like, exactly. That's why I'm trying to teach you. Don't get into tunnel vision. You need to keep your senses open so that if someone attacks you from behind, you are also aware of that. Fun, fun, fun.
またはバラすことでミスリード。
呪いに集中したいけど、話は聞かなきゃダメっぽい。
私からは以上です。よそ見は感心しませんね。
話しかけたの誰？
ユージの瞬発力に磁力が。
Can I just say that fit goes crazy on Gojo? Oh my god, I just had a mini crush on him all over again. Okay, I was just like, you have zero idea what was the noise that just came out of my mouth. Okay, but that's the exact sound that came when I saw him in that fit. Crazy. Crazy, I like that. So hyped to see him fight. Let's go.
やられる方は想像以上に嫌でしょうね。
呪霊ってこういうの映んないんじゃ。
落ち着いて聞いてください。
That's a human being, or it is two of the three students who were killed off inside the theater.
ただ脳幹のあたりにいじられた形跡がある。おそらく意識障害、錯乱状態を作り出すためだろう。
See, this just makes my theory that Geto and Mahito were either experimented on or are the experimenters, and they're trying to fuse curses with human beings.
そうだ。虎杖は聞いてるか？
あ、うっす。
君が殺したんじゃない。そのあたり、履き違えるなよ。
I love her clarifying that for Itadori because she can potentially imagine what he must be going through. Killing of curses is one thing, killing human beings is a whole another thing. I love how there is a community slowly forming around Itadori to support him. That's really, really huge.
この子は他人のために本気で怒れるのだな。
呪術師はそれらを特級仮想音量として登録し、警戒してる。
Why are they having this conversation inside a gutter is all I'm thinking of right now. Like, that's gotta be unhygienic. You had a beach you could access, and this is where you decide to introduce your intern to do better.
真人さんは何の呪いなんですか？俺は人が人を憎み、恐れた腹から生まれた呪いだよ。
That's kind of crazy.
そっか。行くぞー！
I don't know why that light flickering raised the supernatural fan in me because I was like, Demons stand in assault circle.
単身乗り込むリスクと虎杖君を連れて行くリスク、前者を選んだまでです。
See, that's smart, okay? Genuinely, he's looking out for and caring for Itadori. I just hope you don't die, sir. I hate mentors dying trope. Have I told you guys how much I hate that trope? Mentors showing up, caring for their mentees, and then boom, shakalaka, dead. I don't like it. I hope you don't die.
気をつけてね。
私は教職じゃないので先生はやめてください。
ナナミン。
引っ叩きますよ。
Okay, but what do you want then, okay? You don't want him to call you sensei. You don't want him to call you by name. What do you want? What do you want? Tell him that and he'll call you that.
ナナミン、お出かけしよう。
いえ、遠慮します。
いや、マジで大事な話があるんだって。
それは大変だ。
まだ何も言ってないよ。
Bro literally rage baited him, okay? He was like, okay, I'll try asking you nicely. I will even hold a play card for you. I will show up everywhere you are. Oh, you don't want to listen to me? Here's a pic of a dick, I guess. Get rage baited enough to talk to me? Fair, okay? With that being said, let's move on to the next episode. But before we do, if you're enjoying my content as much as I am enjoying Nanami Sensei, I guess, and his own brand of chaos, feel free to check out my Patreon where you get early access to as well as extended cuts of the content that I put on here on YouTube. Plus, you get to cheer me on so that I can keep creating fun content for you guys to enjoy. Now, without further ado, let's get started and see what the deal is with the curses Yuji is carrying right behind Yoshino. I think he wants to see if Yoshino is going to turn around and be like, I see you, I see the curses you're carrying, or if he's not going to realize that Yuji is carrying curses. Let's see.
超絶絶叫計画って5があんの？マジか。
I like how this is giving us a brief glimpse of how similar Yoshino and Yuji are, with the sense that as they were introduced to us, they were both in occult clubs of one kind or another. Like, it felt like Yuji's occult club was more focused on practically checking out the occult side of the world, whereas Yoshino's is more like talking about horror movies and literature. Crazy. I see the parallels you're drawing and I like it. That's where the parallels end, I guess. Crazy. I don't get bullying. What kind of useless sense of heightened power do you get out of all that nonsense? I do not get. What's the point? Few minutes of a hype, people being like, oh yeah, you know what, you're awesome. I saw how you beat that kid up. Ha ha ha. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe do some self-reflection instead. Seek out for some help.
逆にそっちはどこまで小さくできるのか試してみた。人間。
It's kind of scary how he does not has any reaction to holding a human being in his hand. Genuinely, he's like blank. He's like, oh, that's a human. Never mind.
それが僕の母だったら、取り乱し、真人さんを憎んでいたかもしれません。
So because you don't know the human, it's alright. Fair, I guess. That's pretty much the mentality of a lot of humanity. If it's not happening to me, why do I care? If it's not happening to the people I love, why do I care? Crazy how much this single shot and scene is giving me to think about from a reflective standpoint.
命に価値や重さなんてないんだよ。
What an absolutely wild and chaotic take to take, eh? I think at the end of the day, it is important what meaning we give to life, right? Like, irrespective of what our souls look like and what it all feels like, it's our life. Go off.
どう生きようと自由なんだ。無関心という理想にとらわれてはいけないよ。ぶっ殺そう。
I have seen that meme way too many times without having any understanding of it. I've seen the original version of it and I still have no understanding of it.
魂と肉体、どっちが先だと思う？肉体に魂が宿るのかな？それとも、魂に体が肉付けされているのかな？
I would say the soul came first and the body formed around the soul. Nice discussion we are having here.
答えは後者。自由じゃない。己の魂の形を強く保っているんだ。一般人は形変えちゃうとそのうち死んじゃうけど、呪術師はどうかな？
That's crazy. Are all the people in the Jujutsu sorcerers crazy? Especially considering the fact that they are a rarity in this world. Oof.
何が何でも18時には上がります。
聞いたか？佐山、西村、本田。
なくなったって。
The way he's saying it so casually, okay. What kind of a teacher are you? What kind of a school is this? First, you don't react to the fact that he's getting bullied. You're just like, oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm a skedaddle. I'ma get bullied if I go in there and stop them right now. Now he's casually saying, oh, you know what? They died. As if the school's test results are out or something.
お前、仲良かったよな。友達もいないお前をよく構ってやってたろ。
What kind of a friends have you had, man, that you're considering them to be friends? They used to beat the living daylights out of him. What kind of twisted perception is all of that?
それなのに葬式にも出ないで。まったくお前
仲良し、
一緒に
僕が
行ってやるから。
あいつら
健
と、
康だけでもあげに行くわ。
正気じゃ、
You haven't come once to check on him after he used to get beaten up after being bullied. And you're showing up now to be like, oh, they're your friends. You should have at least gone and lit some incense at their funerals. What kind of a friend are you? Blah, blah, blah. God, I hate people like these.
引きこもっておかしくなったかなんて。
誰かいる
ポーン
It's bully or bully day. What was that nonsense? He just ran away with his hands. Yoshino honestly must be so confused, right? He's like, what is happening right now? What do I pay attention to? And Itadori is like, welcome to my world. 20 people are talking at the same time and expecting me to know all the answers while I fight off curses. Are you sure you wanna come to this world? Are you sure?
そんじゃ行こうぜ。でもお前、あいつ嫌いだろ？なんとなく。あ、違った？嫌いな奴にいつまでも家の前いてほしくねえだろ。
I wonder if getting two perspectives of the same world is going to give him the opportunity to make an informed choice. If after all this, after having a conversation with Yuji, he still decides to go to Mahito, then you know that, okay, you know what? We tried. I mean, we could have tried harder, but we tried nonetheless. If he chooses to go to Yuji's world and Yuji's like, yeah, man, I get what you're trying to say, but at the end of the day, it's you who decides what you want your life to mean. And Yoshino is like, I kind of see the sense in that as well and decides to join the side of good. That would be so good. I would love to see that.
形を変えるのに元の人間の質量は関係ないのか。どちらにしろ、私の術式とは相性が悪い。
一度改造された人間は、まず助からん。それが被害者のためでもある。
いっぱい練習したからさ、大きさ変えてもすぐ死ぬことはないけど、脳意識の方はまだ精度悪くてさ、そうやって魂の汗が滲み出ることがあるんだ。
What a piece of shit. Okay, let's be honest. Not that experimenting is fine on human beings, okay, on anyone for that matter. But at least give them the mercy death. What kind of nonsense is this? Why are you dragging their pain out?
でも多少は無意識に魂を呪力で覆っているようだね。そうでなきゃあんたは今頃俺の手駒さ。呪力が増えていく。
ここからは時間外労働です。
Love Nanami going into hyperdrive. I would love to see what that looks like. I'm still scared for his life. I hope he doesn't die. Genuinely speaking, what we've learned about his attack style versus Mahito's art of changing body shape altogether so that there are no weak points for Nanami to attack. It's a great pairing in the sense that we might either see a really good fight or a really quick and bad one. I would love to see a really great fight where they at least come to a standstill and then reconvene after a point in time. I would love to see what that looks like. That's one way to entertain Yuji, I guess. Overall, pretty good episodes. To be completely honest, it's not gotten me hooked onto the show yet. Like there are, once again, I've said this before as well. There are some moments that makes me go, ooh, that was nice, that was smart, that was clever. But then eventually I'm like, okay, whatever, I guess. I'm kind of bored, I guess. So I am hoping for this show to kind of captivate me further and hold on to me as I keep watching it, and I'm excited to see if that happens and when that happens. But until that happens, I shall see you in the next one. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought about these two episodes, my theories and reaction. Yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Until then, like, share, subscribe. Bye bye, take care. Toodaloo.